Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for January 11th, 2020, a little after 3 p.m. As things continually accelerate, I'm sure some of you are sensing or feeling different waves of frequencies. You imagine taking a sheet and, kind of waving it on a bright sunny day and you see the wind as it flaps it back and forth, and you get the wind underneath and it kind of bubbles. And it's kind of like what's happening here with this planet. And basically, for the first time with this civilization, a collective consciousness has risen to a level cannot be reversed. So just about everything that you are exposed to, if it is in a low frequency, you will immediately feel it and know it. It will not be something that, oh yeah, kinda, but you'll zero in on it and you'll identify, and you'll know not to engage, period. When you see for the first time, really ever on this planet, you see a collective consciousness and you see a civilization that has been literally in slavery and bondage since its beginning, since its creation. And you see it as it evolves now. Where we're at is to literally changing our frequencies with our physical forms. That's happening. People are realizing that at first they don't connect with it, but then they start realizing that they have different awarenesses that they were maybe vaguely in the past, but now in the present it's pretty apparent of the transition that is in full swing. And anything that's doom and gloom, anything that is perceived as doom and gloom is a distraction. And more without the ego mind. But I'm not saying ego mind is gone. I'm just saying that the power, the concentration of love and peace, strength, power is with the heart mind. And you see things much differently. Yeah, we do have turmoil that approaches us. Usually it's subconscious, coming from the subconscious mind, and also the ego mind slipping in some thoughts that we continue, that we embrace and turn into realities. It's being aware of this and the frequency that we're at, and understanding that we don't have this heaviness, that we've chosen not to carry it anymore. So we're just literally dumping it away and off of us. When you come to a very clear understanding in your own way, who and what you are, the God in the kingdom of God, this is very empowering and very releasing. We have been so trapped and bonded in a structure that we have really no understanding of what's beyond the structure. And that is our free-flowing frequency to do and to go and to create whatever we desire. There is a combination of collective consciousness that makes up a beingness. So people say, since we're God, since, I'm a God, I am the God within me, and I hold the kingdom of God within this body. So does that mean that there isn't a separate entity that we should look to? And the only answer for that is that it's the collective consciousness of the universe. It is the combination of all things. And all things are created from source creation, source energy. We are part, and it's kind of gets a little confusing sometimes because we are part of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. So we hold the essence of all creation. Each of us do. And this involves the journey when we talk about of knowing that we are the God. That's part of the journey. Knowing that we are omnipotently powerful and powerful creators. And we contribute to the whole, the one, source. And source creates us to experience. And I mean, that's what we do, isn't it? We all experience, whether we're locked here on this planet or we can go anywhere we choose. It's experience. Why would you inhabit something? Why would you take on a form that you didn't experience? You could sit and do nothing and experience. See, we've been misguided, misdirected through generations and generations of believing certain ways that are falsities, believing certain things about ourselves that are falsities, taking on a different perspective of who and what we are, which are falsities. We don't carry like a child. When you see and when you interact with children, you say, well, they're innocent. Well, it's because they have not been tainted. What I mean by tainted is educated, coerced, manipulated, and misdirected, and miseducated in an illusion, a matrix. And the matrix, and you get to know it, you begin to understand it, you begin to realize on your own, this is on each of our own volitions. It is our intent, knowing that we are the essence, that each of us hold the essence of all that there is. And we do. Someone might say, does a blade of grass hold the essence? No way. Because we're all one. We're all part of it. And I don't mean we all glue together, but we're one. We came from one source of creation. And that's an intent. And how were we created? How were the gods inside of these bodies created? They were created by a deep pressure of expansive eternal love. See? And I think that we here on this planet, there are so many different variables about how we've been taught or how we feel through the ego mind what love is. And the answer to that, in as much clarity as you could possibly assemble, is that when we are in love, we stay in love. We are in full enlightenment. We are fully enlightened. What does enlightened mean? It means that you've increased your vibrational frequency of deep understanding, merging with the God within, and experiencing the true love and joy that God is. Hence, lifting you higher into an enlightened state where you are in perpetual bliss, joy, and happiness and peace. You're stilled. You are in stillness, and you have total contentment and tranquility and benevolence. There's nothing that can disturb you or cause you to sink into the proverbial goop. So you're a balanced being of the highest of enlightenment and deep eternal love. Then you can choose at that point, should I do I take on another form? Do I vibrate a frequency high so that I choose to take on another form to experience more? And in your travels, there will come times where you will come across those who are fully enlightened. They stay in that state. It's a whole different ballgame. Now, none of us have that understanding yet that we fully embrace, where we too can move in full enlightenment. And some people say, well, that's a cinch. Maintain being in love for 10 minutes. And since you were created from love, of love, isn't it interesting how difficult it is for us to maintain that frequency of staying in love? Most of us can't even stay in love for more than 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. Seriously. That's not a negative. It is just that we have not, with ourselves, come to that comprehension and understanding of exactly what it is. It is a frequency of feeling an inside expansiveness of all knowing that we are what we are, that we are a creation of source creation, of pure, deep, eternal love, of perfection, of divineness. And this is why we're in the golden ocean. Each of us are drops of that golden ocean that hold the essence of that ocean. So each of us, as the gods that we are, hold the essence of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. We hold the essence of source creation. That is powerful. That is a massive understanding, way beyond the constructs of this planet, way beyond all the technologies, way beyond all of the heavy egos, all civilizations, way beyond the deceit and manipulation. It's so far removed from the trivialness of civilizations fighting each other, controlling each other, enslaving each other, manipulating, deceiving. It's so insignificant. As you travel, you will start to see how insignificant it is. Because this is how it works if we choose. We choose to experience. So we take on other forms. And we can do this for trillions of years, in all shapes, sizes, and forms, because it becomes the reason of experience is to what? What is the purpose of experience? To learn. So as we experience, we learn. Now, obviously, on this planet, it's been interrupted. So we were blanked when we leave, when we ascend out of the body, and we're blanked when we ascend into the body. So, but when that's gone, because it will be gone, we will be free to take on any form we choose. And we will know and remember and have full memory of all of our experiences. the good, the bad, and the ugly. All of them. Now you imagine when that time is presented to us, how empowering that will be. And so we keep evolving. The God within this body is expanding. And it is taking on more and more understanding of the cosmos. Not just this solar system, not just this galaxy, but all that there is. And it draws itself and gravitates itself to move effortlessly in continual experience. And along the way, the more we learn through our experiences, the more we're careful on our creation. See? We know if we create a bunch of say, civilizations that are highly ego-driven, that will become very violent and disruptive and destructive. We know that. We know we wouldn't do that. And we would know how not to do that. And everything is about beauty. Everything is about joy. And everything is about happiness. And all of those things are contained within us, into the God that we are. And the reason that we literally go inside ourselves is because we want to connect with the source of all creation, which is we hold the essence of that source. It cannot be broken. It cannot be dissected. It cannot be discovered as a formula. It is so protected, so coded, that there's no way. And that's the way it's been designed. Layer upon layer of distraction. So those who are wishing to find the answer to it all never do. We are all the colors. We are all the sunsets. We are all the trees. We are all the animals. This deep connection, for a lot of us, some are frightened because they're not sure. Others embrace it fully. But that's what it's about. It is about the synergy of all creation. It is the balance of all things. It is the respect of all things, all life. And as we connect, and as we journey within ourselves, we begin to piece it together. We begin to put our view of all that there is together. And then we begin to learn how to connect with it. How it is that we're part of all of this. And to understand it. It isn't complicated. You literally, all of us exist in a source creation that is everywhere. So as we walk this planet, we are creating. As we walk this planet, we keep everything together. We keep the buildings together. We keep the animals in balance. We keep everything as finite as possible. And most of us don't know it. But as we awaken and become more and more aware that that is what we are, you're a snowflake, you're the wind, you're the fire, you're the water. But in reality, you are. The physical body contains combinations of molecular structures that can combust. Fire. And you can look this up, research it, and you will see the different organic particles in our bodies that can create water, that can create fire, that can create earth, and that can create air. So when we start to realize this, it then begins to connect us and bridge us and connect us to all that there is. Ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. So this meditation, all, we are all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And to embrace this cleanly, openly, with the deep eternal love that we are, is a massive expansion and progression for our gods. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And we're sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is relax our bodies, because we are the owners of these bodies. They are vessels that hold our God. That's what they are. So we take care of them in tenderness and kindness. We're soft with ourselves. We stay as much as possible in harmony and high respect for these bodies and for who and what we are. So as we relax the body, because we are the masters of our actual genetics. Understand that. No one else is. This is how Source created us. We are the masters of our genetics, both on the etherical, which then becomes the physical. And when you start to understand the intricacies of that, this is where we will end up becoming to such of that we will heal our bodies instantaneously, because we can. So we relax the body. We dump everything that does not serve us on higher frequency. We dump it. It's not easy at times for any of us to do that, say, because even though it's painful, we still hug it and grip onto it. Even though it's disruptive, we still hold it to us. In all of these earthly ties and the physicality of this third density, excuse me, are insignificant. They really are. They are here for us to experience until we decide to move on, to advance, to ascend in other forms and grow into other experiences. So we relax the body. Any low frequencies, we dispel. We face them, we embrace them, and we let them go. We surrender to the God that we are. As we do this, relax the body will respond. You will notice, and you will feel the difference. We also move into the now. And the now is everything. The now is all we really have. The now contains the past, the present, the future. In this very moment, in this now, all of us are creating our futures. And if you go into the past, which many do, and you drag the past into the future, it's not a bad thing, but it is not something that we would care to entertain, because it's basically redundant. Once you have experienced, it is just an experience that you have. The rest of it is gone. It's no different than when you experience in this body, in the life that you're in. Once you leave or ascend out of the body, it is done. It is over. You move forward. You inhabit other lives. You experience other directions. So in the now keeps us in stillness of mind. It subdues the ego mind. It quiets the subconscious. It moves us into being. So we aren't thinking about the future, and we aren't thinking about the past, and we're just being in the now. You don't have to do some kind of rocket science mumbo jumbo. You just be in the now. And the only way any of us are ever going to experience that or learn it is to do it, each and every one of us, in our own way and in our own time. So as we relax the body and we move into the now and stillness of the mind, which means stillness of ego, judgment, vindictiveness, negativity, is vaporized. And to focus on the now, to keep us in the now, we want to breathe. We breath in through the nose. We take a really wonderful inhale, breath in through the nose. We hold it for 3 seconds. In the vibrational frequencies, I am love, I am light, I am, is 3 seconds. So you use those vibrational frequencies. I am light, I am love, I am. And then we do a wonderful exhale, breath out through the mouth. And we want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. The reason we hold the breath, it focuses us on the now. Because the breath is the now. Pretty simple. You know that if you're focusing on your breath, you're moving in the now. You know that if you aren't focusing on your breath, which most of us do most of the time, we are not in the now. We are never in the now. If you don't focus on your breath, you will only be in the now. But as we eliminate and ignore or take the breath for granted, we have a tendency to gravitate into the future or the past, not the now. So by relaxing the body, moving into the now, and breathing in and out, it literally keeps us balanced in these bodies. Balanced in these bodies. Now, as we breath in divine positive energy. It's all that there is. See? It's what makes up everything. The divine positive energy that we take in, that comes, constantly flows everywhere through everything, communicates through the gods within us, through the heart-mind. It is a vibration. It's a frequency. It isn't a voice. And the frequency communicates to our heart-mind. You are all. You are everything. This is so imperative for us to embrace and to understand with deep eternal love and the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. As we move, all moves. As we affect, everything is affected. As we intend, all intend. Understand that eventuality, we will come to the realization that we are one, and that our intent shifts things. It makes difference. It changed the very fabric of existence. This is what we do. The more conscious we are about it, the more we master it. The more we understand the delicacy, how delicate everything is, and how finitely engineered and placed by Source that it is, how everything is significant, which is all life. It is astronomically important. The value, all life, all things. This does not make us weak, timid, inept. Quite the opposite. It emblazons us. It empowers us. It accelerates us to know who and what we are. It moves us deeper into the Source that created us and that we are made of. As we breath out, we're breathing out, and we understand what we're breathing out. Is the constant convincing that, oh no, this is just silly. This is not, none of this is true. Just let me guide you, and everything will be fine. Let me, the ego mind, guide you, and I'll take care of you. And if unchecked, this is what the ego mind does to the heart mind. But we know better because we've learned, we've experienced many times. Now, we are with our God, and we are within the heart mind, and we oversee the ego mind. And we have many with us. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, and the archetypes. Trillions of them, all the angels, they vibrate at a different frequency. Is why we don't see them that often. But we do see them. They do appear in humanoid form from time to time. It just depends on how aware each of us are when that occurs. Other times we feel them as if they are whispering in our ears. We feel vibrational frequencies of euphoria and love as the God within us communicates with our heart mind and expands out connection to their gods within them and their heart minds. They surround us in the thousands. They have been with us since the beginning. They are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Morya, Abundantia, Thought, Hell, and many, many, many more. Their gods ascended out of their bodies and hold God form. Our gods ascended into these bodies currently that we're in that hold our God. See? They've mastered many avenues. We are mastering many avenues. So they assist us, and they are with us. And they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. And they are of the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we're all together. We all hold the essence of Source creation, of all that there is, of all. So we come together. We form a circle, a halo of light, embracing the equator of this planet, Gaia, who is resting. And as we do this, we create a sphere around the planet of Earth Gaia and around ourselves. The sphere is high frequency. The higher we are, which is in love, and the connection that we have with the God within us, the higher our frequency gets. The field is pure, deep, eternal love, light frequency. It is the essence of all things. So if the low dark matter frequencies or the low survival matter frequencies try to disrupt, they cannot hold their low frequencies in a high frequency. It doesn't work. They're dispersed. As long as we keep it is our decision, no one else's. And it is our understanding over the ego mind, through the heart mind, to keep and practice keeping our frequencies as high as we can. Because what does it do for us? It moves us more into bliss and joy and peace. It empowers us more and more. It does not weaken us. It does not make us feeble. It's the opposite. It empowers us. We're already omnipotently powerful. We've just been continually deceived that we are not. And we're increasing it every split second in this now. So we begin to levitate, float up above the planet. And as we do this, we are compelled to call and invite all of the other brothers and sisters, all of Source's creations, all of the light energy beings, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And again, only those who hold the high frequency of deep eternal love and from deep eternal love consciously can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. If their frequencies are low, they can't hold the form. They're in full compassion and non-judgment. They're in non-ego, non-negativity, non-judgment. They're in deep peace, joy, happiness, tranquility, benevolence, generosity, humbleness, kindness, gentleness. And they come in the Guga plexus. The Guga plex will fill one universe. They come in the thousands and billions of Guga plexus. And their gods with our gods and our gods with their gods, because we are all one. They're of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth, all of these civilizations, there are many, and only those who are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love can join us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They're in full compassion and non-judgment, non-ego, stillness of mind, non-negativity, peace, joy, bliss, tenderness, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, tranquility, benevolence. And they come arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one, and we are all love, and our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the off-worlders, galactics, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Andromedans, the Arcturians, and many, many, many more. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, of the highest, deepest, eternal love, can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion and non-judgment. They're in non-ego. They are in stillness of mind. They are in gentleness, kindness, peace, bliss, joy, happiness, generosity, humbleness, tranquility, benevolence. And then they come, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this meditation, in this circle of light, in this now. They have been with us in our evolution. They've assisted us in our enlightenment, in our ascension, in our freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and slavery. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are all one, and we are all love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. If their frequencies are low, they cannot sustain themselves in the high frequencies that we are. They're in full compassion and non-judgment, stillness of mind, non-ego, non-negativity, peace, joy, bliss, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one, and we are all love, and our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms, on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, can join us in this meditation, in this circle of light, in this now. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, softness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. And they come. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the dwarves, the gnomes, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. They come in the trillions, shapes, sizes, forms, configurations, and colors of which we have never seen before. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest gratitudes. And our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond and forever. Saturating and flooding the very sacredness of space and all that there is. All. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. We created this sphere. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. It's that center circle. It can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. All of these meditations, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. And this is source creation, deep eternal love, and peace, and joy, and stillness of mind, tranquility, benevolence, omnipotently powerful, the highest of highest high frequencies, and it floods us non-stop, 24/7. It floods our physical vessel, inside and out, head to toe. Every tissue, every fiber, every existence, every molecule, every atom. And it floods and saturates the gods within us. And our light is so bright that it cannot be viewed. This isn't fake Luciferian light. This is source creation, God light energy. And we exude it because we are it. We are all. And we can feel it as we're literally constantly flooded and saturated, as we advance, as we evolve, as we begin to understand that we are the God, that we are the kingdom of God. It is in each and every one of us, that we all hold the essence of all creation within us. We are the life. We are the breath. We are the sun. We are the light. We are the soil. We are the ocean. We are the fire. And when we begin to understand this without exception, we will then have been able to fully embrace the gods that we are and flow with all creation, of all the source of all creation. We look down upon this planet Earth, Gaia. We see her sleeping, resting. We see all life, all of it, on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia. And it, too, is flooded. Our intent is to have it flooded nonstop, saturated nonstop, so that every single one of us can move in our own way into the gods that we are. We will create, and we are currently creating, a molecular structure of divineness, of a God planet, of a paradise for all life. We are all. We are creation. We are the God. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close this out. with all that you are in this now. And take it with you the rest of the day into the evening and night and the following morning. Understand it and embrace it effortlessly. Your frequencies are continually increasing. Anything disturbing becomes less and less because it is how we view things. It is how we interpret. And anything that does not serve us to greater good and peace, love, and harmony cannot hold its form with us. It will eventually disintegrate. This is our confidence without the ego. This is our love of what we are. And this is to the kingdom of God, which is housed in each and every one of us. We will be back here January 12th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern.